Hey guys, Brandon and Caitlin here with KCT.TV, and today we're making
Queso!
Let's get started. Queso is just cheese dip. We have a pretty quick and easy recipe for our queso that we use here, which involves a few ingredients. And we're going to run down those ingredients with you right now. The ingredients you're going to need are salt, pepper, garlic powder, cumin, crushed red pepper, 36 slices of Velveeta American cheese, 1 small onion, a 1/4 cup of green pepper, 1 can of chopped green chilies, 1 15-ounce can of whole peeled tomatoes. Today we're also going to add in a little bit of chopped red pepper. So the first thing we need to do to get started is what, Caitlin?
Heat up a cup of water.
Okay, well why don't you heat up that water? I'll come over here and turn the stove on. So we're going to turn the stove on medium. Okay. And we're going to let that water heat up for you. Okay. So now, the other thing we're going to want to get started with is opening up our cans. We have that can of chopped green chilies, and we have actually a pretty large can. They didn't have any of the small cans in the store of the peeled tomatoes. And then we also want to get ready our cheese slices. Now I use these because they melt a little quicker than the blocks of cheese, and it tastes really good. So Caitlin, why don't you go ahead and start peeling a couple of those open, and I'll go grab a can opener, and we'll take care of those cans.
Okay.
So these, having these in cans makes things go really quickly. Same thing with the chopped green peppers and the onion. You can get those pre-chopped from the store, and that will definitely save you a little bit of time. Or you could do it all by hand. That's completely up to you. How are those cheese slices going, huh?
Good. We'll have 4 extra slices.
Now I like to leave all the juice in with the chopped green chilies. We'll leave that whole thing in. And we'll throw this lid over here. And then we needed a 15-ounce can of the whole tomatoes. Now, since this is a 30-ounce can, we're going to use half of this.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
Caitlin, how you doing on those cheese slices?
Really good.
Okay. So I'm going to grab a bowl here, and we're going to put these, about a half a can of these whole peeled tomatoes in there. And Caitlin's going to grab the chopper. And we're going to chop these up.
So, my dad is blending up the tomatoes in the blender, and after that we are going to add the green peppers and the peppers and the onion in the water.
So when we get these tomatoes going here, we don't want to liquefy them, we just want them chopped. So we're going to put them on the low setting here. Perfect. Put that to the side. And just like Caitlin mentioned, we're going to be taking the green peppers and onions and we're going to put them into the hot water. Perfect. Caitlin, would you like to stir that around, please? So as she's stirring that around, we're going to let that saute a little bit and heat up. We want all of that stuff to heat up together. Once that gets heated up, we're going to add in our green chilies. And we're going to add in the tomatoes we just chopped. Green chilies. We'll let that heat up. Once we get these ingredients in, we'll start adding the cheese. One thing to note is we always save the seasoning for last because really you want to season it to taste. That's why I didn't give you any measurements on the seasoning itself. If you like spicy, that crushed red pepper, you're really going to love. This is the last thing I put in. Some of us around here have lighter palates, and some of us really like spicy. But we'll kind of take it light on the crushed red pepper today. Do you like spicy food?
No.
No? I'm going to come over here and stir. We're going to stir this up, make sure it's heating up nicely. Get some nice aromas. I think the red peppers are really going to add a little something extra to this time. Like I said before, typically we don't add the red peppers. We just go with the green and the onion. So we'll go ahead and add the chopped green chilies. Stir that around. And now, our tomatoes.
So we're gonna let this get hot, and once they're done, we're gonna start adding in the cheese, 1 square at a time.
So our mixture here is starting to boil. We're going to start adding the cheese in 1 slice at a time. Once the cheese is melted, then you can go ahead and add in another piece. This part gets a little tedious, but it's worth it in the end. Caitlin, go ahead and let's start adding some cheese. It's important to keep it moving at this point because you don't want to burn anything on the bottom. And I'm going to touch the temperature down just a little bit, from medium to low to medium.
I didn't even realize this.
2 pieces together. Ready? If you like it a little thicker, you can add more cheese. If you like it a little thinner, use less cheese. We're going to be back here when this is finished. I'm going to go grab a bag of chips so we can taste test it. Caitlin's adding the cheese now. I brought the chips for the taste testing. The chips are important because we're going to want to taste test it as we put in these seasonings. We don't want to overdo it, so we take it a little bit at a time. Salt and pepper you can usually get away with about 1/4 teaspoon of each. Then we'll add in a little bit of the garlic powder and the cumin, and then last but not least, the crushed red pepper. Tonight we've decided to make some quick and easy burritos for dinner, and we thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of queso and chips on the side as well. You can find that video on how to make those burritos right here on kct.tv.
Okay. We have 1 more slice left. You ready?
I am ready. Slice me.
Right.
So once this finishes melting here, we're going to go ahead and start with the salt and pepper. Caitlin, you want to add some salt and pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't want to pick the wrong side. I remember I actually did that once.
Yeah, open the right side of that, because
It'll warm up really fast.
yeah, we don't need a pepper bomb.
No.
So we just did a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we're going to add the garlic powder next, please. And just going to sprinkle that in. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and that's good. I'd say that was probably 1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder.
And we got cumin.
Cumin. Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Smell.
That's good. And we're going to start off with about 1/8 of a teaspoon of cumin as well. These can get really powerful if you're not careful, so it's a good idea just to, you know, stir these up and see how they taste before you add too much. You can always add more, but you can't take any out.
Cool. I don't know why I smell crushed.
Before we're going to put any spice into it, we're going to go ahead and taste test what we have.
Both of us?
What do you think it needs?
Might need a little more cumin.
A little more cumin? Stir this up. Let that cook. Just for a minute, let the flavors get in there and permeate the cheese.
That's good. I love that.
You're blocking my view. Did you forget we had a camera there?
Yeah.
Say hi to the camera.
Hey.
I think that's pretty good. I think we add a little spice now, and then I think we're good to go.
I'm not adding it, you're adding it.
Okay.
I'm scared I'm going to add too much. I see bubbles.
Now we're going to start with just a little bit because it will kick it up pretty good.
Good queso.
Okay, let's try another chip. This is my favorite part of taste testing. You got the big one. See what we got.
Hot. It's good, not too spicy.
Not too spicy?
Not too spicy.
Great. Alright, so we've got our dish ready. And we're going to go ahead and take our cheese off the stove. And I'm going to pour it into this dish. This makes a lot of queso. So it's good to refrigerate this unless you're having a big party. This is a good recipe for a big party. Tonight we're going to have this with our burritos. And then we're going to wrap the rest up. Save it for later. All finished, guys. There's the finished product. Hopefully you can see it there. We're going to go ahead and dig in and enjoy this. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more cooking, we're going to do a video right here on kct.tv on how to make burritos that go really nicely with this queso. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, kct.tv.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.